Let's jump right in. Number 8. The immortal jellyfish. Death is an unavoidable part of life, right? Almost every creature follows the same cycle. We're born, we grow up, get old, and then it's game over. But deep in the ocean, there's a tiny creature that looked death in the face and said, "Not today." Meet the Turritopsis dohrnii, better known as the immortal jellyfish. When it's injured or just getting old, this jellyfish has a trick that no other animal has. It can literally reverse its entire life cycle. Instead of dying, it shrinks back into its polyp stage, attaches to a surface, and starts its life all over again. It basically hits the replay button on its own existence. Theoretically, this process can repeat forever, making it biologically immortal. It's essentially the only creature that has perfectly mastered reverse aging. That's a superpower the billion-dollar skincare industry would kill for. Number 7. The mantis shrimp's explosive punch. Did you know the world's strongest boxer isn't even a human? It's a shrimp. Yeah, you heard that right, a shrimp. But this isn't the kind of shrimp you'd find in your dinner. The mantis shrimp packs one of the most terrifying biological weapons in the ocean. Its front claws act like clubs, throwing a punch with the same acceleration as a rifle bullet. The punch is so fast it vaporizes the water, creating a tiny, superheated bubble. When the bubble pops, it sends out a shock wave, a flash of light, and a blast of heat almost as hot as the sun's surface. Their prey, like crabs or snails, doesn't just get its shell smashed, it gets stunned by that underwater blast. Essentially, this shrimp can take down its opponent just with the shockwave from its own underwater explosion. That is literally the hottest punch in the ocean. Number 6. The axolotl, the master of regeneration. What if you lost an arm and a few weeks later, a brand new one grew back perfectly? For us, that's just sci-fi movie stuff. But for the Mexican axolotl, it's just a normal Tuesday. This little guy who always looks like he's smiling is basically the Deadpool of the animal kingdom. They don't just regrow limbs, they can regenerate a damaged spine, lungs, and even parts of their brain with zero scarring. If an organ fails, they just build a new one, and they can even take transplants from other axolotls without any rejection. Scientists everywhere are studying them night and day, hoping to hack their regeneration secret for human medicine. Until then, I guess we're still stuck with band-aids and crossing our fingers. Number 5. The tardigrade or the space survivor. Is there anything on Earth that could actually survive outer space without a bulky suit? It sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, but the answer is yes. Meet the tardigrade, or water bear, a microscopic creature that's basically unkillable. The list of things this tiny guy can handle is actually mind-blowing. Boil it in water, and it still survives. Freeze it near absolute zero, and it just hibernates. Throw it into an active volcano? It's still fine, even when blasted with radiation hundreds of times higher than what would kill us. They don't even care if they're dried out for decades. They'll just patiently wait until a single drop of water brings them back to life. They've actually been proven to survive in the vacuum and deadly radiation of outer space. Basically, if an apocalypse wipes out everything else, these water bears will probably be the last ones left, just chilling and snacking on moss. Number 4. The platypus's electric sense. Mother Nature clearly has a weird sense of humor, and the platypus is the proof. It's a mammal that lays eggs. It's got a duckbill, a beaver tail, and venomous feet. And if you think that's the end of it, you're dead wrong. Their real superpower is hiding in that rubbery bill. That bill is covered in thousands of hypersensitive electric and motion sensors. When a platypus dives for food, it actually shuts its eyes, ears, and nose. Instead, it uses its bill to scan, picking up tiny electrical fields from the muscles of shrimp or bugs. It's basically a built-in biological radar, a sixth sense that lets it see in total darkness. It's a high-tech hunting submarine that can track down prey without even using its eyes. Number 3. The master of mimicry, the lyrebird. Imagine you're taking a walk through an Australian forest. Suddenly, you hear a chainsaw, followed immediately by a camera shutter. Click, click, then the sound of a car alarm going off. A construction site in the middle of the woods? Not quite. It's just a bird practicing its songs. The lyrebird is known as the most talented and complex mimic in the natural world. Its vocal cords are incredibly flexible, letting it recreate almost any sound it hears with perfect accuracy. Mimicking dozens of other bird songs? Easy. Barking like a dog is simple. It can even replicate chainsaw engines, crying babies, or human conversations. The males use these skills to create complex audio remixes to attract a mate. It's basically a living synthesizer, a walking recorder that turns an entire ecosystem into a soundtrack. Pro tip: never share your secrets near a lyrebird. Number 2, the electric eel, a living battery. There's no superpower more classic or easier to picture than shooting electricity. The undisputed champion of this game is the electric eel. Here's a pro tip: never mess with one. They aren't actually eels. They're a type of fish built like a natural taser. Over 2/3 of their body is packed with thousands of special cells called electrocytes. These act just like a series of tiny connected batteries. When their brain says attack, every single one of those cells fires at once. The result? A shock of up to 600 volts, enough to knock down a horse or make your heart reconsider its job. Basically, it's the only animal that can be both your dinner and the power source for the pot it's cooking in. Number 1, the real-life Wolverine. In the world of superheroes, nobody is cooler than Wolverine with his retractable claws. You might think that's pure fiction, but meet the Trichobatrachus robustus, also known as the horror frog from Central Africa. At first glance, it doesn't look like much, except for that hair-like stuff. Those are actually just skin flaps that help it breathe better underwater. But when it gets threatened, things get crazy. It doesn't have claws until it actually needs them. When it feels in danger, this frog intentionally tenses a special muscle in its toe. The muscle pulls back hard, intentionally snapping its own toe bones. It doesn't stop there. The razor-sharp bone shards then pierce through its skin, turning its feet into terrifying weapons. Yeah, you heard me right. It literally breaks its own bones to grow claws. These aren't like normal claws you'd see on a cat or dog. This is its actual skeleton being weaponized. Scientists think this is a last-ditch survival move. And unlike Wolverine, these claws don't just retract. The tissue likely covers the bones and slowly heals up after the fight. Forget boiling punches or infinite regeneration. An animal that breaks its own bones just to fight, that's the most insane, reckless, and badass superpower in nature. Number 1, hands down, period. So that's 8 natural superpowers, and you actually have a superpower of your own, the ability to turn that red subscribe button gray with just one click. Give it a try. Catch you later. Peace.